So we're testing out the Ulanzi wide angle adapter, but we're also testing out the macro feature of it today. And I've taken some pictures of some plants, and it's kind of useless. I mean, it's really distorted on the edges. There's a lot of weird chromatic aberrations and stuff like that. I like the wide angle adapter. I'm using that with stabilization right now, so it's cropped in, but it's wider than it would be without this wide angle adapter. The wide angle adapter works pretty good. When you take the wide angle part off and it's just a macro lens, it's kind of useless unless you really cropped into the image and just use the center of it. And even then, I just feel like it really distorts the image. So I'm going to buy the 11mm f1.8. I think the close-up quality is going to be better. The quality, if you just use the kit lens without the wide angle adapter or the macro adapter, is a lot better. And you can actually get closer to an object and get a sharper image because you just zoom in all the way and take the photo, and it just comes out a little bit sharper with a more like a blurry background, but you can get the whole like leaf or whatever in focus, but then really blur out the background because you got that compression. So I would just use the lens the way it comes without the adapter if you're going to take macro photos. I'll show you what the lens looks like without the wide angle adapter in active stabilization. So this is with the wide angle adapter in active stabilization. So here we are without the wide angle adapter on in active stabilization. You can see it's kind of a tight crop, but you could turn that active stabilization off and just use the standard lens stabilization and you might be okay. So here we are with just the regular standard stabilization from the lens walking, and you can see it's a lot wider now. So that's not too bad. Actually, I'm starting to think that this thing doesn't really help that much with anything, but it's not that expensive. It's maybe $70, something like that. So that was a little bit shaky with just the active stabilization on, but if you're just standing still, I feel like it would be pretty good. So for me, I do most of my videos on a tripod. I don't really need a wider angle as far as like vlogging type scenario, and that's what you would use this for. You're not going to use this for photos. You're going to use this for vlogging. So it's a little bit, the kit lens is not that sharp for photos anyway, but this takes that sharpness down even more, especially in the corners, kind of stretches everything out. So if you just want something for photos, just get the Sony 11mm 1.8. If you want something for vlogging, you could use this, but it kind of defeats the purpose of this camera being small and pocketable, because once I put this on, it's not really pocketable anymore. I mean, I can fit in my pocket, but it's kind of cumbersome. This is kind of heavy. So yeah, I usually just use this on a tripod and I can get far enough away. Right now I'm just using the audio in the camera, so it might be a little bit quiet, but you know, I'm usually using a shotgun mic. But for all these ZVE10 videos, I use the internal microphone just to show how that would sound. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making more videos on stuff like this for the ZVE10. If you like this kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. Scroll through my channel, check out my other videos,